preferably with Uber, otherwise this is going to happen. So, on to the next round. So watch all these guys clear out. Again, STF is defending here, and yet again we made a poor choice in terms of our support classes. One medic and one engineer. Simply not enough to maintain a good defense. Again, the engineer's doing the right thing here, setting up a teleporter so that his teammates can get to the front line quickly. As you can see here is the team flying up to set up a defensive position at control point A. Now there's two positions that an engineer should set up on this map. One is in this building here. A good spot is usually on the corner of the door here, so you can cover the entrance up the stairs as well as the actual CP point itself. The other point to set up is here. It's as if it's designed specifically for an engineer to set up a sentry. It's got plenty of ammo, plenty of health, and you can get set up really quickly here if you don't have cheeky pyros coming in and stealing the ammo. It's also a pretty good spot because it covers the CP. Anybody who stands on there will be hit by the sentry, but it also means that anybody coming through from this left-hand alleyway is going to get nailed, as well as anybody coming up directly up the center is going to get hit by it as well. It is, however, very vulnerable to spies coming up the stairs, up the ladder here, onto the roof, and then dropping down. So, it's vitally important that you have a support class or an offensive class here covering you. In this case, Euroboy is the pyro looking after me here, and we've got a soldier up here looking after it as well. But, as you'll see, not having a sentry here is a major weakness. Here comes the team now. Now the engineer is well positioned here to be able to repair his sentry as it takes damage. As you can see, the pyro's in there mixing it up, causing a lot of pain for the other team, which he's done very effectively. The engineer's also just defended the CP point because of his position. So surprisingly, we have actually managed to hold the point really well here, mainly because we have quite strong classes defending the actual CP itself. But without an engineer here, this guy is going to go down probably in the next rush. And the other team will now focus quite a lot of their effort on this sentry. And there's various ways to get rid of that sentry. The main one being the demo men. Which is what will happen here. Going to take one more hit and it'll be down. There he goes. So now we are utterly vulnerable. We do still have a teleporter. Oh no, it's down. Sorry, the teleporter's down. But all we've got left is the heavy medic, and the heavy's down now as well. So we're going to fail. Let's see how this plays out. Demo man's doing a good job here as well, staying alive. It's vitally important that he does, because he has sticky bombs on the CP point, which means that if anybody comes and stands on it, they're going to die. What he's not aware of is that a lot of them have actually been blown off the CP, so there's only 4 stickies when he should have about 8 covering it. Not ideal, but we'll see how it plays out. The other team have 2 medics running at the moment, one with the heavy, they actually have 3 medics going, which is a very strong offensive tactic. And Pyro playing on his own there. There's no I in team, Pyro. very much on the back foot here. All we have left is the soldier and medic, and they're about to fail. As you can see, there's really only 2 stickies left on the capture point, which means now there's only 1. So they've got it. They've taken the point. Very well played from DKR there. Very good example of a strong offensive push. Now the important thing for my team, the STF guys, is to have fallen back and set up as strong a defensive position as possible. Unfortunately, because we only have 1 engineer, that means we're not going to have much defense right here. This is a good spot for a sentry. It covers this point up here, but it also covers down here and here. It is vulnerable to soldiers and heavies coming through around here because it's out of range. And because there's only 1 of them, all it takes is 1 heavy or 1 soldier uber medic combo, and it'll be going down. And as you'll see, that's pretty much exactly what happens. This is a very strong defensive position to have a heavy medic combo sitting directly on the CP. If you had a second engineer, it would also be a good spot to put a sentry and dispenser, because the dispenser will help the heavy keep his ammo, but the sentry will also cover all of the approach points for the attacking team. It's a very difficult spot to maintain a sentry at, though, so only skilled engineers need apply. Now the other team, I'm presuming here, will have their Uber ready, and there it goes. So the heavy will now charge down, and his main point of focus will be the engineer's sentry, which, as you'll see, will collapse in a heap. And there it goes. The medic's giving the heavy some advice, telling him to take out the medic, which I think he's already done. And this 1 heavy and medic combo has pretty much decimated our team. They finally collapsed in a heap there. Thankfully the heavy and medic combo is still pretty strong here. But there's only more to come. Let's speed it up a bit so we can get to the next section of it. Actually,